Are you not a fan of gardening, but you still want to grow your own healthy food? Well, in this video, we're going to cover how you can grow your own food easily and effortlessly. And even brown thumbs can do this. That's right. What if I told you that I had a solution that is faster, more nutritious, and easier than traditional gardening? Let's get started on your homegrown microgreen journey right now. And stick around because I've got an amazing secret tip that will make your microgreen growing even easier and something that most people don't know about. Hey everyone, this is Connor with Amelia Island Microgreens, where we make it easy for you to grow your own fresh, nutrient-packed greens right at home. Whether you're a green thumb or just starting out, we've got everything you need to succeed. So let's get growing. Let's first of all talk about what are microgreens and why are they so important. So microgreens are the stage right after a sprout, and they take about 7 to 14 days to grow. So they're super fast and easy. And why I love this stage for microgreens is they are the most nutrient-dense stage in the life cycle of a plant. They're 40% more nutrient-dense than your mature veggies that you get at the store, and you're eating them live. You're not going to the store and getting a vegetable that's already been picked weeks, maybe months before you get it, and sprayed with who knows what. This is all clean, fresh, and you harvest it immediately. Another cool thing about microgreens is that they have a phytonutrient called sulforaphane. And sulforaphane has been shown to aid in cancer prevention. In microgreens, there's 10 to 100 times more sulforaphanes in your microgreens than in mature vegetables. That's not 10 to 100%, that's 10 to 100 times. That is incredible. So for health, microgreens are excellent. The other thing that got me started with growing my microgreens is that they are foolproof. They are very hardy and easy to grow. You don't need to be a gardener or have experience with plants in order to succeed. In fact, I started growing my microgreens when I was only 7 years old. And it was something that I just fell in love with and has stuck with me ever since. So one of the ways that microgreens are great for brown thumbs is that you only need to grow them for 7 days. That's right, 7 days. As long as you can keep a plant alive for that long, you're gonna be good. In fact, I have a succulent graveyard because I'm the type of person who will water and take care of a plant for a few days and then I forget about it. I'm definitely one of those out of sight, out of mind people. So having something that only takes 7 days is enough time for me to water it and take care of it and then move on to something else. And then when I'm ready to do microgreens again, I just replant my greens and I start eating. The other excellent thing about microgreens is you just put them right on your countertop. They're all indoors. You don't have to go outside with the bugs and the weeds and all of that stuff that just makes gardening a pain. The other awesome thing about microgreens is that they take up such a small space. In fact, it's about a 9 by 12 space that you can put right in your countertop. That means that you can grow microgreens indoors. Let's be real, who has time to weed and figure out what kind of bugs are eating your plants? With microgreens, you don't have any of that. For those of you who have gardened before, do you know that feeling of going out into your garden, spending all that time, all that energy, putting so much money into creating a garden, only to get a couple small carrots, maybe a couple tomatoes? I know that feeling too. When COVID hit and the produce just got so funky, I decided I needed to start growing a garden because I didn't know what was going to happen with the food chain. And what I found was I would weed, and then a week later, it would look like I had never weeded. It was horrible, and it made me realize how important microgreens are because there's none of that pain of having a garden, and yet there's all the benefits of having your own live, fresh produce. So let me break down what I just told you. So the first thing, 7-day turnaround. That means that in 7 days, you're gonna be harvesting your own vegetables. When you garden, it's gonna take a bit longer. So to be able to just go over to your kitchen counter and watch your plants grow so quickly, it is the best feeling. It's like watching kids grow up. It's so fast and it's so quick. It's actually faster than watching them grow up. So then another thing, bugs. With microgreens, you don't have any eruptions of bugs. You don't have to worry about all those annoying pesky pests that are outside eating your plant. The soil you receive in our kits has been sterilized, which means there's no bugs and no worry of pests, unless of course you have them in your house. So now let's talk about weeding. There is no weeding with microgreens. That's right, no weeding and you get vegetables. It is so amazing. Unlike gardens where you have to go outside and weed weekly, and once you've weeded, you look outside and there are weeds again. That does not happen with microgreens. Another great thing about microgreens, you don't have to amend the soil because the nutrition is in the seed itself. Have you ever had to go outside and you see your plants aren't growing and you're wondering why? Because you're doing everything right, but you realize your soil's full of sand or dirt that just doesn't have the nutrients it needs. Well, with microgreens, you don't have to worry about that because your nutrition is coming from the seed itself, which means your soil doesn't really matter. You can add nutrients to it. There are some more advanced growers who do that. However, I don't do it and you don't need to. And you'll still be getting 40% more nutrient density. Do you have limited mobility or may not be able to grow a garden because you have to stay in your house? Well, the great thing about microgreens, you can be growing your microgreens right at your countertop or whatever space works for you and your mobility. So they're excellent for people who want to garden but just don't have that physical ability. Or if you just don't have much energy in the day, it is so simple to take care of them. It's as easy as lifting up the 2 trays, putting a cup of water in, and then putting that back down. And 7 days you have microgreens. There's nothing like lifting your spirits by bringing life into your house. And speaking of not leaving your house, have you ever gone to the store and you've gotten everything you think you need, only to look back on your list and realize you missed something? That happens to all of us. Well, with microgreens, everything you need is going to be delivered right to your door. That means you never have to leave your house to grow your own microgreen. It's super fast and it's super simple. And if you have any questions or challenges, you can always reach out to us at Connor@AmeliaIslandMicrogreens.com. That's Connor@AmeliaIslandMicrogreens.com. And we'll be happy to answer any questions you have and help you figure out if your growing space is the right space or if it needs to be somewhere else or those minor adjustments. Overall, microgreens are really party, so you don't really have to worry about this too much. So let me know in the comments below, have you ever tried growing microgreens before? If not, then what's been holding you back? Remember that secret tip I mentioned earlier? It's going to be coming up in just a moment. If what's holding you back has been the confusion of how do I even grow my microgreens? Where do I start? Well, then I have the perfect solution for you. Text microgreens to 26786. That is microgreens to 26786. All you do, you pull up your phone and you go like you're going to go text a message to your friend and type in 26786. Where the comment area is, just type in microgreens. And when you do that, you will get insider tips on how to grow your microgreens valued at $250. This is me sharing my knowledge of 12 years of microgreen growing with you so that you can have the best, freshest microgreens because you deserve the best and I want to see you succeed. I will also walk you through how you grow your microgreens, the reasons why you want to grow your microgreens, and some recipes at the end. It's going to be an incredible journey that I'm going to take you on. So be sure to text microgreens to 26786. If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give us a like and subscribe so that you don't miss any amazing microgreen videos. Let's talk about something that may confuse you. You see all these microgreen growers with these amazing grow racks and all this equipment. Do you need that in order to grow microgreens? The answer is no, you don't. It can be as simple as just having a window that you put your microgreens right next to. It is so easy and so much fun. When I started growing microgreens, all I had was a little grow tray, some seeds, soil, and then I just put them right next to my window and they grew really well. And if you want to be more advanced and get a grow light for your microgreens, then you can go ahead and go to Facebook Marketplace or on Amazon. I like to go to Facebook Marketplace because it's at a discount, so it's a little bit easier to get them and less expensive. And you don't need something super fancy. In fact, this video right here will walk you through what you need for growing your microgreens with a grow light and in the sun. It's super simple and easy. And with our microgreen grow kits, we make it even easier because you don't need to go out and source your soil, your seeds, get everything together because we do that for you. I like to say you may not have a green thumb, but you have a microgreen thumb. So remember that secret tip I mentioned earlier? What's coming up in just a second. One of the most amazing things about microgreens is it's super easy to harvest. You just go over to your kitchen counter, harvest your microgreens, then just place it on your meals. The other thing that makes microgreens easy is you don't have to change what you're eating to be able to incorporate microgreens. I've added microgreens to my pizza or my macaroni and cheese because you know that makes it healthier, right? It's just adding a little bit extra nutrition will make such a huge difference long term. and it doesn't have to change everything. Okay, so now for that secret tip. There are some microgreens that need soaking, such as your peas or your sunflower, and soaking them will change the way that you grow your microgreens and make it super easy and simple. Now that you're on your way to growing microgreens, I want to share with you a story of why I ditched growing my garden outside to grow microgreens inside. So watch this video over here and you will see why I have ditched my garden. And if you want to go even deeper on growing your microgreens, click the link in the description or check out the pinned comment for more information. As always, stay awesome.